Boom. We are here. Let me just make sure I got the right. The one thing I didn't check, actually. There we go. Okay. So I'll put this over here. Okay. There we go. Just want to make sure I wasn't showing the fights or anything. Yeah. Money. Oh, man. This is going to be a good card. Actually, that reminds me. While I'm here, I want to see if I can get one of my parlays going. It wouldn't let me open up my app earlier. So unfortunately, I missed any prelim potential bets. Who do you guys got on this one? Because this is going to be something, to say the least. Oh, gosh. Yeah, fights haven't quite gotten going yet. And when they do, I'll do my best to try to be giving you guys elite level commentary. Actually, before I do, I'm going to upload a short here real quick. So who do you guys got tonight? Oh, I didn't realize I had something in my eye. Oh man, I know everyone's going to be writing on Islam here. Who did you say you think is winning? I got Islam winning the main event. But, like, if JDM wins, you're not going to paint me, like, surprised. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh my gosh, I never saw this coming. I think it's going to be a good fight, no matter what. Because, think about it, right? Under JDM's camp, they've had, what? Two fights, right, against Alexander Volkanovski. And so Craig Jones and the City Kickboxing team have had plenty of experience with dealing with this guy, Islam, in the Dagestani style. So who knows? Maybe they can figure something out. It's tough to say. Because JDM's bigger than Alexander Volkanovski is, right? So you could see a scenario in where JDM's size does play a bit too much of a factor. Because Islam, I don't want to say he's, like, bigger than his opponents. But, like, he generally has a strength advantage over his opponents. So this might be the first time where Islam hasn't had a strength advantage over his opponent. It's tough to say because we haven't seen him at 170. So it's kind of hard to predict. It's kind of hard to predict, like, who's going to win because we haven't seen Islam at 170 pounds. I'm just going to upload a short here for you guys to go watch. And now they're just showing off the Zhang Weili, Valentina Shevchenko fight, which is also an interesting fight. That's also a very interesting fight. Did you guys see the Malcolm Wilmaker fight? What did you guys think about that? This fight with Ethan Ewig. I thought it was a great fight. I thought it was very entertaining. I actually already made a video about it on my channel, but like what I'm thinking is like people are going to say that he was 100% fraud checked when I don't really think that that's the case. I think it's a bit harsh. We see JDM stuff, takedowns 2 versus Bilal. It's true, but the problem is with a guy like Bilal, he's not explosive the way that Islam Makhachev is, right? Like, Islam, he has better technique in my eyes than Bilal, but more importantly as well, he's got a lot more explosiveness to him. Bilal kind of, I mean, he is technical, but I think Islam's more technical. Do you train? I do some, like, boxing and stuff, like, at home, kind of, but no, I don't have time to go to an actual gym. Like, I work a lot and make videos and stuff, but I do train, like, at home. I'm always trying to, like, learn stuff, specifically within my own boxing technique. And, yeah, I mean, someday I would like to have, you know, some sort of fight, just because I want to be able to have that experience. And I think that having that will help with certain aspects of fighting that maybe people, your average fan, just doesn't realize. How tired do you really get in a fight? What are the nerves really like on fight day? How much does that impact your actual performance? Because you got to think that there are some people who get in the gym and they're the greatest fighter of all time. Right? If you saw them in training, if you saw them in sparring, they would be the greatest of all time. But then as soon as you get them underneath the bright lights, they just aren't able to perform. And it sucks because they have all the skill in the world to do it. It's just mental. Right? So I want to be able to give all the mental aspects. So I do want to... It doesn't even have to be an MMA fight. It could be a boxing match. It could be a kickboxing, Muay Thai. It can be MMA. It could be a grappling match even. Although, a grappling match, in my opinion, I want something that's going to be really challenging. I'm not saying a grappling match isn't challenging. It 100% is. But I find that when there's less of a threat of something bad happening, that I'll take it seriously, but I just won't... a grappling match, I don't think I'd be as nervous. Like, I've played sports my entire life. The repercussions aren't the same in grappling, especially if you know, like, when to tap to submissions. But that being said, submission grappling is still good. What's up, Clover? Or Lover? UFC Lover. I'm calling you Clover. What's going on? We're about to get the Beneil Dariush BSD fight started. It's going to be hype. This is going to be hype. This is my underdog lock of the card, 100%. I think that Beneil Dariush is a bad stylistic match for BSD. BSD's chance of winning is being able to bulldog his way through Beneil Dariush and land a big shot to knock him out, because Beneil doesn't have the best chin. I shouldn't say it's a bad chin, but he has been knocked out a few times. Knocked out by the likes of Edson Barboza. He got dropped by Hanato Moicano, which is not a good sign. You got TKO by Charles Oliveira. This fight's going to be high. BSD does it hard, but he doesn't have the most technique, which can prevent knockouts from happening. If you don't hit with good precision, it can prevent a lot of the knockouts from actually happening. And the thing is, like, BSD's coming off 2 wins over Kyle Prepelec and Mauricio Huffy, but the problem is, like, Mauricio Huffy, he just doesn't handle the pace and pressure very well and the grappling very well. I'm feeling bad for Leon Edwards. Why? Leon's always fought this particular way that we're going to see. Like, there's nothing about Leon that, like, screams, like, he's gotten so much worse. He's always fought this way. He never fights with, like, a sense of urgency. He's always been the kind of point fighter who wants to stand at distance and jab and leg kick you. And he's not super entertaining at all. He's boring. Let's just call a spade a spade. Leon is a very boring fighter to watch. Like, I think he could beat Carlos Prates, but he also just doesn't have, a great personality either. So not only is he boring in the octagon, he's boring outside the cage as well, which, like, people aren't going to, root for you as much if they don't have a reason to. But I do think that, like, Leon does have a genuine shot in this fight, because Carlos Prates relies on his power a lot, that sometimes his technique isn't the best. And I think it could be a problem. Oh, BSD's making his walkout right now. Oh, I thought they were showing, like, his walkouts from, like, a previous fight or something. Okay. I kind of want to see the shorts. It looks like he's got some custom shorts on. I want to see what he's got rocking. And the thing is with BSD, like, he's just a bulldog. He just goes forward. Like, it's just his style. But the problem is, he wants to impose his will and try to, really overpower you and wrestle you down to the ground. The problem is, Beneil Dariush is a very good grappler. Super high-level grappler. So then what is BSD going to do? Outstrike him on the feet? I feel bad because if he loses this fight, he's gone. I don't think that Leon Edwards is gone. I think people are really going to just, like, they're really going to realize that the whole thing with Kamaru Usman was kind of a fluke. But I don't even like the term fluke. Like, I don't think it was, like, lucky or anything. He set the shot up to knock out Usman. That was just, like, it was kind of like the 15 minutes of fame thing, right? Because then you go back and watch the third Usman fight, and it wasn't super entertaining, and Leon did what he had to do. He picked apart Usman to a decision, but it wasn't entertaining. And then the Colby Covington fight was really boring, and that's when people realized, okay, maybe this was a one-off. His fight against Bilal Muhammad and Sean Brady, but those are two very high-pressure, high-volume grapplers. Right? Carlos Prates is not that. That being said, I did predict Carlos Prates to win, but that's just due to purely momentum. The walkouts are not very long. I feel like usually the walkouts are a lot longer than that. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's the MSG like path, like the walkway that they got. Also, I'm not listening to the commentary, by the way, for the fights, just because I want to give you guys my own fresh perspective. I don't want to be, like, spewing whatever Joe Rogan and DC are saying. Especially because they're going to have, like, a lot of bias, and they're going to sway a lot of the casual audience. So I don't really want to have any of that. But this is going to be a good fight. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai black belt. Really? Beneil Dariush doesn't really... I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't classify him as like a pure Muay Thai guy. Actually, you know what? Just 1 second here. I'm just going to hop over here. I gotta open up the window. It's getting a little bit stuffy in here. You know what? That works. That works. So the most likely thing, this fight was not going to go the distance. What did it say? That Dariush is going to win by decision or submission? I didn't read the thing. Oh man, here we go. Come on, show us the tail of the tape. Let's see, BSD, 2-1 favorite. Oh, I didn't even see that Dariush missed weight? I didn't see that. I don't really watch weigh-ins. I don't know why. Maybe I should, but who knows? But Dariush could be sick. He could have been injured. The weight just might not have wanted to come off. Who knows? I will watch the post-fight interviews and let you know what they're saying. In case you guys aren't watching, and I'm going to give you guys a pure commentary experience. Which is something I'm going to work on with time. But don't worry. It's going to be hype, though. It's going to be hype. The only thing is with watching fights I don't like is watching fights kind of makes me, like... It kind of makes me a bit anxious. Like, I get kind of, like, really, like, amped up. And I think that's normal. Like, I think it's normal to get kind of amped up when watching the fights just because it's a very adrenaline-inducing thing. You're watching a very intense thing going on. But I do get kind of anxious, like, watching the fights. But you know what I just realized? There we go. I wanted to have the chat box up here this entire time. That's what I was... There we go. That's what I was looking for. So now your guys' chats will... up on this side. Right up in here. And then... Let me know if you guys want me to, like, post my... live reaction. Oh man, Beneil Dariush coming in at 157.2 pounds, so he missed by 1.2 pounds. So that's interesting. Like, would that mean that I don't know when a fighter misses by a pound or whatever? I guess there could be 1,000 things going on. You know, maybe he wasn't fully locked in on this camp. Maybe he was sick, injured, like I said before. But the thing is with Beneil Dariush, he's not like a ripped lightweight. You know what I mean? Like, if he really, like, got lean, took off some of the body fat around his midsection, I think he could potentially be a featherweight. Or at least, like, a much leaner lightweight. But that also might not suit him. Alright, here we go. BSD. The thing is, if BSD wins this, it's only up from here. Like, he's not going to be fighting Mauricio Huffy or Kyle Prepelic anymore. He's going to be fighting Paddy Pimblett. Here we go, round number 1, underway. Immediately, BSD taking the center. Nice leg kick there from Beneil Dariush. But BSD is pressing forward, tries to throw a jab. Another leg kick there from Dariush. Oh my gosh, BSD just knocked out Dariush. Okay, that ended very, very quickly. Oh my gosh. I'm not laughing at Beneil Dariush, but like, oh my gosh, that was harsh. That was crazy, man. Oh my gosh, now people are doing the 6-7 in the crowd. Oh no, we're cooked. He landed a big shot. But Beneil Dariush, he was doing the right thing. He was trying to land the leg kick, but he was exchanging the pocket with BSD. Well, that makes me 0 for 1 on the official predictions. Oh my gosh. That is crazy. I want to see that again. I also don't like how I just casually dropped, and BSD knocked out Beneil Dariush. I don't like how I just casually dropped that. But, you know, up and on to the next one, I guess. Oh, wait. Dariush looks confused. So let's see this. So Dariush throws a leg kick. BSD gets off balance. He throws an uppercut. Throws 2. One of them misses. And then he throws a big left haymaker that clips Dariush. I don't think Dariush saw it coming. And Dariush went face down, ass up. Oh my gosh, yeah, he was face down, ass up. That is crazy. Absolutely crazy. And I think Dariush didn't understand what was going on. But what happened was Dariush was going for a knee. And so when he dropped his knee after throwing it, he put himself into a parallel stance, which allowed BSD to get the knockout. What a crazy start to the card, though. You know, no one can, say that BSD's boring or inactive. He's great for the UFC, though. He's great for the division. And I've been saying this for a while now. I want to see BSD take on Michael Chandler. I think that would be a wickedly good fight. Don't you guys think? I want to listen to the post-fight interview. Yeah, that was straight up crazy. That was crazy. There we go. Now we got the chat up properly. Oh, when BSD enjoys fights. Yeah, he's so entertaining. He is so entertaining to watch. But I want to see who BSD calls out. That's mostly why I'm putting out the headphones real quick. I want to see who he asked for next. I think he should fight Michael Chandler. I think that'd be a banging fight. "16 seconds. That's crazy. That is crazy. I think Dariush should retire, though, after that. Oh, yeah. Nice. Yes, the veterans. Yeah, he put on a show. This is why he went on the main card. This is why they put him on the main card right here. He wants the BMF and the lightweight belt. That's crazy. Saying like I couldn't stand seeing either Michael Chan or BSD get caught or get slept. Well, the thing is, if BSD catches Michael Chandler one time, he might go out because Chandler does not have a great chin. He's very he's got a great heart. He won't give up on himself, but he doesn't have a great chin. But Michael Chandler hits a lot harder than Beneil Dariush. And Michael Chandler's a good enough wrestler. I think he could deal with BSD. Plus 145. Sean Whiteley fighting now? No, not yet. Not for a couple more fights. First up, we have, what is it? It's Sean Brady, Michael Morales, as well as Leon Edwards, Carlos Prates. I don't know who that is. Robbie Lawler in the crowd. That's nice. Dustin Poirier. I know people were asking Dustin Poirier if he was going to come back. He ain't going to come back. He even said he doesn't think he can pass the USADA test. Which is also a crazy thing to say, but I also kind of respect it. Like, I respect that he's honest about it. Leon? I think it's the Leon Prates fight, right? Is it the Leon Prates and then Brady Morales? I think. Here, let me take a quick look. I think so. Yeah, so next up it's Leon Edwards versus Carlos Prates. And I think that the winner of this fight maybe will take on the loser of Brady Morales. Maybe. It depends, because we can't have Leon and Sean Brady running back, right? They just fought. But this card's pure bangs. It's pure bangers. For real, we gotta stop having MMA fighters retiring, coming back a year later every time, yeah. Because the thing is, right, Dustin Poirier had this whole card against Max Holloway in the third fight as, like, his, like, I'm gonna retire. This is his retirement fight. And then, I mean, I don't think he's gonna come back, but how often do you see fighters, at least, do you hear them say, I want to come back, right? And the part of, the reality is, it's because they're competitive. It's because they miss being in the spotlight. It's because they get bored, right? There is no other feeling in the world like being hopped up on adrenaline, being in a fight and you're winning. It's the best feeling in the world, right? To not be able to have that anymore, life feels so boring and mundane. That's what I think. Do you think this card will pass 300? No, I don't think anything will pass 300. Not for a very long time. Right, I just... UFC 300 was the best card of all time, right? How many cards have you ever seen that had the first fight on the early prelims start off with a fight between two former champions? And not even just two former champions, but one of them very much still physically capable and not completely out of his prime. And even Cody Garbrandt, right? Like, people will say that Cody Garbrandt was completely out of his prime. The reality is that Cody Garbrandt was just never that great. Like, he was good, and yeah, he did become chinny, but I think it was much more than that. I also think that he had a good stylistic matchup to go up against Dominic Cruz, right? The way you beat Dominic Cruz is superior hand speed and power. And because the thing is, Dominic Cruz had, like, no knockout power. And also, he was trained specifically for Dominic Cruz his entire life because that entire alpha male gym couldn't beat him. So they needed someone to beat him. So they went to Cody Garbrandt. And then the whole TJ Dillashaw fight, he had trained with TJ previously, so he was able to kind of know some of TJ's game. But then when he fought guys like Rob Font, he got completely outclassed. Pedro Munoz knocked out in the first round. He got beat pretty decisively by Davison Figueiredo. So I don't think we'll have a card that'll surpass it, because you'd have to have a card filled with complete champs from start to finish. How's it going, Alex and Pally? How you doing, bud? Cody was good, but stuck in the past. He's never evolved after he won the belt. Yeah. I think he relies too much on his attributes as well, right? His hand speed and power. He's someone who had all the potential in the world, but the problem is his emotions would get in the way of fights as well, right? And then eventually when he did finally learn, hey, we gotta, calm down a little bit in fights, it caused him to he kind of, had this weird thing of, right? On this one hand, he goes angry and get to war the second that he, would get hit or whatever. Then you would have this side of him that was okay, we gotta be patient and calm. Even when we get clipped, we gotta remain composed. He never had that middle balance of, we're fighting hard, we're trying to get the knockout, we're landing good punches. Instead, it was kind of, he'll either be on the back foot, being super patient, lots of feints, hardly throwing anything, throwing some jabs, maybe a few leg kicks, shooting a couple takedowns, but not really going bam, 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 really stepping into it. Or he'll have that opposite end of the spectrum where he's too emotional, and he'll be rah, 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 rah. He needed to have that middle balance, and unfortunately, he was just never able to find it. But point being, I got a bit sidetracked there, but point being, there will never be a car that surpasses 300. He also tried to turn way too many fights into dogfights rather than use his boxing calm and calculated. That's what I mean. Like, he never found that middle balance where he would throw good combinations, throw with a little bit of intent, and mix up wrestling in there and try to be a complete mixed martial artist. He never had that balance. It was always either point fighting or kill or be killed. It was never a, we're going to go out there and we're going to try to win this fight decisively. If the knockout happens, it happens, but if it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not going to go out there and try to force it, but I'm also not going to run away either. Like, he'd be outboxing someone trying to turn into Michael Chandler. That is crazy as well. You know what the thing is about Michael Chandler as well, right? So, him and Cody Garbrandt both have this similar thing in common, where they both have a problem with the balance. And I don't know what it is, but when you take a look at Michael Chandler, when he came back after that hiatus, after the Dustin Poirier fight, and he fought Charles Oliveira and Paddy Pimblett, he fought those both extremely defensively. Like, he was trying so hard to preserve his gas tank that he didn't really want to let anything go, especially against Charles Oliveira in the second fight. He was able to last to a decision, but because he was fighting so defensively and wasn't allowing himself to be offensive at all, that he would instead just not really throw anything and lose a decisive decision. But the thing is with Cody Garbrandt, when he fought Pedro Munoz, he was doing well up till the point where he got clipped. Like, he was, fighting pretty well. He was able to land on Munoz. Munoz just got a solid chin. And then Munoz eventually clipped him, and Cody went to war mode and went to sleep. But Cody was having success before that finishing sequence as well, right? It's just unfortunate that he just wasn't able to remain composed or have any sort of fight IQ. It's just like Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler was a fighter who, in his prime, when he fought technically, like when he fought Benson Henderson, either the first or the second time, he had all the skill in the world. He had all the potential. The problem is he would rather be entertaining as opposed to a champion. That was also the problem with Michael Chandler. His priorities were being purely entertaining. Like, maybe he would have been able to beat Justin Gaethje if he would just take, instead of throwing 100% on his punches, maybe throw 80%, but be much more precise. Because he has the power. He has the explosiveness. He has all the capabilities. Nobody's going to deny that about Michael Chandler. But it's just he would throw so hard and overextend himself and get clipped by counter shots and gas himself out and get knocked out because of his own inability to remain composed. Who wins... Wait, sorry. Hold on. I'm just trying to make sure I read these in order. I think if Cody did evolve his game, he would have been a good top 5 guy. I wouldn't have seen him clawing back the belt, though. Yeah, he could have been. If he would have mixed up the game properly. Like when he throws his boxing, 1, 2, 3, boom, boom, boom. Throws leg kicks in there, mixes it up. Shoots for takedowns as well. Tries to establish good top control. Tries to pass into half guard. Get some good ground and pound going. Work your submission game a little bit, even. If he was able to mix it up properly, remain composed, but still try to seek a finish, if not win a very dominant decision. If he was able to do that, he had all the potential in the world, but the problem was he was so reliant on his boxing speed, attributes, and power, and his overall athleticism that it kind of cost him, and then he'd get clipped and emotional. Who wins in a fight in their primes, Ilia Topuria or Khabib? Yeah, I think Khabib would have won. The problem is he's bigger than Ilia. He's going to take him down, he's going to smash him, right? And the thing is, Khabib had a very good chin as well. Like, Ilia Topuria's power at 155, yeah, he knocked out Charles Oliveira, but Charles Oliveira doesn't have a great chin. So I want to see how his power translates to 155 against even a fighter with an average chin. And I think that Khabib would have been able to tank the shots, and I think he would have taken him down and either won by decision or submission. But Ilia has the skill. I think he's just too small. I think that's the only problem. Okay, we gotta... It's not letting me do anything about this, so you just gotta suffer with it, I guess. Seeing an evolved version of Cody against a prime pretty young would have been fun too, and too bad. Maybe in the next timeline. Yeah, it would have been good, but I still think Peter Yan would have won regardless. Because I think that Cody lacks too many overall skills. Like, I think he lacks, like, a lot of a kicking game to beat someone like Peter Yan. I don't think his wrestling game is good enough to handle Peter Yan's either. And Cody's BJJ is, like, I don't want to say it's non-existent, but he hasn't really used it at all. They're introducing Carlos Prates, and then we're going to get Leon Edwards, and then the first round's going to go. What are the odds that this one also ends in 16 seconds? If it ends in 16 seconds, I will go cry, probably. That's what I would say. I'd probably just go cry. So, with Leon, so they're doing Leon's introduction now, so I figure I should probably speak on him a little bit. The thing with Leon, coming into this fight, he needs to have that sense of urgency. Now, the thing is, against a guy like Carlos Prates, you don't want to hop in the firing line too much because of the power he has. So, maybe he does need to play the boring point fighting game. The more boring the fight is, the more it's going to be in his favor. But I think he needs to take a similar approach to what Ian Gary did, constantly moving, laterally on angles, shooting takedowns to offset the rhythm. And I think that Leon also needs to just constantly be throwing stuff, because Carlos doesn't really counter-strike a whole lot, it seems. It seems like he will just shell up at times. So, I mean, he's got to be constantly moving, offsetting the rhythm. Here we go, round number 1. So immediately, Carlos Prates takes the center of the octagon. They're both in the southpaw stance, which is going to open up that lead leg kick for both fighters. But see, if Leon Edwards is smart here, this is where, there we go, starts off with a leg kick. So yeah, he wants to constantly be on that movement, lots of feints, throwing lots of stuff out there. Leg kick there from Prates, I don't know if it got checked though. Inside leg kick there from Carlos Prates, Leon feints with a front kick. This might not be a super entertaining fight. Who's fighting right now? It's Leon Edwards versus Carlos Prates. It looked like Prates checked that one, but it's hard to see. Leg kick there from Prates, that one might have been checked too. It's kind of hard to see on some of these because of the camera angle. Leon Edwards is actually the one going forward. A nice little leg kick there from Leon. So right now they're both kind of just exchanging leg kicks. But Carlos has got to be on the pressure. I don't really like seeing him on the back foot. Ooh, Leon counters. As Carlos came in with a jab, Leon countered with a 2-3 there. It was nice. I wouldn't be surprised to see Leon Edwards shoot some takedowns too in this fight. Nice leg kick there from Carlos. Nice leg kick there from Leon. There we go. Leon shoots a takedown, so let's see. I like it from Leon, though. Try to mix it up. So he's got it back up against the cage. Carlos defended it very nicely. So he's got the over-underhook. So now, if he's going to escape, he's going to have to dig an underhook there on his right side and try to escape to his right. Or if he doesn't want to do that, he can just scoot off to his left side there, because that's where he's got the underhook right now. But right now, Leon's wrapped a leg. No. Carlos is wise to it. Right now, it's just a clinch game. They're just battling for position. Carlos Prates is talking to somebody. Come on, man. Stop talking. You gotta get focused here. The fighting nerd's reputation is kind of on the line here right now. One better put $500 to bet on Carlos Prates to win by submission? That's a crazy bet to make. That's a crazy bet to make. That ain't gonna happen. Why are they talking, bro? But this is good for Leon, right? Because not only does this wear on the gas tank of Carlos Prates, oh, the referee's gonna separate it. Keith Peterson. Sort like alcohol and cigarettes. Nice leg kick there from Carlos Prates. It really bothered Leon. He's switching stances. Carlos is on the pressure now. He's on the front foot. And yeah, if you're Leon, you just got to do this. You just got to keep moving. Throw stuff out there. But the thing is with Leon, he's a very technical, low-output fighter. Carlos is kind of bouncing up and down in position. Nice knee to the body there from Prates. He's got Leon's back up against the cage. Let's see what he goes with. Goes for a big 2, but Leon was able to avoid it, it looked like. Leg kick there from Leon as Prates goes for a front kick to the body. Leon shoots a takedown. He got his hands locked and he gets him down. So, Carlos Prates looks like he's going to get right... Oh, Leon's about to take his back. Looks like there might have been a fence grab in there or something. So, the problem is right now with the fence here, it's making it so that Leon is not able to dig in that second hook. If he digs in that second hook, he's going to have complete back control. Oh, there we go. There he goes. He's got that right leg in. So now he's got Carlos Prates back with 90 seconds to go in this first round. But, I mean... He's got to be extremely careful here. Carlos Prates is doing the right thing. He's got 2 hands on one right now. Just to dress that grip. Just the choking grip. But Leon's going to be trying to be working with the other hand to start setting up the choke. But Carlos Prates is doing the right thing here. But the thing is, this is good for Leon because it wears on the gas tank of Carlos Prates. What is this? Leon's like tapping him in the face like this, and Carlos is just like, anyway, what are we doing next week? 45 seconds to go here in this first round. Yeah, no. Yeah. Carlos is doing the right thing. 2 hands on 1. And Leon having this position here is actually going to make him win the round. So Carlos was able to get out of it, but Leon trips him right back down to the ground here. 30 seconds to go here in the first. It looks like there was a fence grab there, perhaps from Leon. It looks like he's going for the rear naked choke. Oh. He's about to cinch it up. 10 seconds to go. Nah, it looks like he's going to be alright. He doesn't have his hands clasped. He's going to survive to see round 2. So 10-9 Leon Edwards, right? And you have to. You have to give that first round to Leon. Oh yeah, they're basically just kissing. Man, what a good round though. That was a good round. That's exactly what Leon needed though, right? It's the kind of style that it's not going to be the most entertaining, but it's going to get the job done. Carlos, you might want to quit smoking now, man. Gotta be honest with you. You might want to quit smoking after that one. Poor Carlos is kind of getting his booty cheeks clapped. Well, the good thing about that round, at least, was that Carlos didn't really take any damage. Right? Like, yeah, he had his back taken and such, but he didn't really take any significant damage in that round. So the good news going to this round, he's still going to be relatively fresh. At least in terms of damage taken. But this is a decent fight so far. Man, Keith Peterson looks so small. Alright, here we go with round number 2. Protest has got to get more offensive. That's the thing immediately I'm noticing, though. He's got to get more offensive. Because he's having a hard time landing his punches. Both guys are just fainting right now. Not really a whole lot going on. Carlos goes for a leg kick, but it looked like it missed. Or got checked. Ooh. Carlos goes for a leg kick as Leon counters with a big left hand. Nice jab there from Protez. Thing is, Protez only has to land once. Nice leg kick there from Protez. Carlos is talking to him. Ooh, they exchange in the pocket. That's exactly what Carlos wants because he's got the power advantage. If you're going to throw those leg kicks, I would suggest setting it up. Nice. Jab at a hook there from Protez. Ooh, looks like Protez is going for a knee. Oh my gosh! Protez just knocked out Leon Edwards. Carlos Protez knocked out Leon Edwards, and Leon's like, what? What happened? What year is it? So many dicks. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Power, man. The power from Carlos Protez is crazy. Actually, I'm going to take a look here. I'm going to see what I predicted, alright? We're going to show it here on stream. What did I predict, right? Because I remember I predicted Carlos Protez to win. Yeah, hold on. Let's be under each one. Let's see what I said.
Generally, for most of his fights, he is a point fighter. Even when he's losing, he doesn't tend to have a sense of urgency to really go
That's
for
true.
it. And I believe that that's sort of style.
Let's see, what did I say?
Protest, because the only way that he was able to be outstruck on the feet is when Ian Gary was just constantly throwing stuff in his face.
Yeah, that's what I said that he needs to do.
Offsetting his rhythm. Leon Edwards, I don't think he's going to do that. I think he's on a downward trajectory as of right now. And I am going to go with Carlos Protez probably by second round knockout.
Second round knockout, baby. How do I call this stuff? It's crazy. It's because I knew that Leon also... I don't want to say he has a bad chin. But the problem is that Leon... He got rocked by Nate Diaz. That was not a good sign. going into this fight. And also, Protest just hits so hard. That left hand is just... Also, like, him having a reach advantage, like, let's see this. He feinted with the jab and threw a 2, and Leon didn't really react to it. Leon's smiling as he's getting knocked out. That's freaky. Oh my gosh, He was smiling as he was getting knocked out. That's freaky, man. That is insane. The only thing is, him winning, like, man, like, he's just gonna keep smoking more cigarettes now. We gotta get him to stop. Someone's gotta stop him. You know, this is essentially the welterweight central card. That's basically what this is. Oh my gosh, man. So I want to listen to the interviews. That is crazy. That bettor who bet on him to win by submission is probably pissed. Fraud check Leon? No, I hate the term fraud check. No, Carlos Protest hits hard. We already knew that. That's not anything new. Leon really needs to reassess his style. That's his problem. No, I'm joking saying that because I'm happy. Good. I would have crashed out. Now, Carlos Protest is a good fighter. He relies on his power. Like, sometimes he doesn't have the best technique, but sometimes he doesn't need it. Imagine Carlos Protest becomes champion and immediately smokes a cigarette in the octagon. He wanted to bring the violence. He was talking to Leon because he doesn't want boring grappling. Nah, you ain't the number one contender there, Carlos. I hate to say it, but I don't think you're the number one contender. Talking to Hunter Campbell or Sean Shelby, whoever. That was crazy, guys. What do we think about that, gang? There we go. Iced tea. Oh, wait. Jose Aldo's in the building. Hey. Alex Pereira. Chama. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to also turn this on. I want to turn the stream on in the studio. And there we go. What a knockout, perfectly timed. Exactly. Sorry, I was doing on my live stream here on the YouTube Studio app. How long till Brady Morales? It's up next. I know that they like to do this thing where they like to hype up, the fighter who just won or whatever. But they're talking about. The commentators are talking about Carlos Protest potentially being the next guy in line. It's like, no, bro, he's not. He's definitely not the next guy in line. In order for you to be the next guy in line, I think you have to, be a guy like Sean Brady's position. Also, UFC BJJ, Alex submits Hamza with a left hook. Isn't that crazy, though, to this very day, that Alex Pereira got his black belt in BJJ because he knocked out Jamal Hill with a left hook? Like, if he had, like, submitted him, like, got a guillotine or a Darce choke or something, at least I could see it. He submitted the guy with a left hook, who won Carlos Prates, just knocked out Leon Edwards. And it was a fantastic knockout. It was crazy. I'm very happy to see it. So who do you guys got next between Sean Brady and Michael Morales? Because right now I got Sean Brady. But, I mean, Michael Morales can knock him out. It's just I don't know if he will. That's the problem. Man. This has been a good card. But like I said, this is basically the card of the welterweights. That's basically what this is. There we go. I think that mentioned Sean Brady like goes in and knocks out Michael Morales with the first punch he throws. Brady by sub, I could see it. It's not that I don't think Michael Morales is capable, but the problem is we just haven't seen his wrestling really tested. Like, let's take a look at. I want to take a look at his like UFC stats. All right, let's take a look at some of this stuff. So, let's see. Gilbert Burns took him down once. Neil Magny, no. No. He got taken down by Trevin Giles and Adam Fugit. But I don't know. Like, I'd have to see, like, the circumstance. Because sometimes, like, a takedown doesn't really mean much, right? Because people can just pop right back up to their feet. But the thing is, Michael Morales, he's a tall, long welterweight, 79-inch reach, even longer than Carlos Prates. But maybe I'll tell you what, if like I would like to see Carlos Prates take on Michael Morales after tonight, no matter what. No matter what, I would love to see that. Let's see. It'll be interesting. Are those the shorts that Morales can be wearing? Those purple shorts. His takedown defense is 89%, but he hasn't fought any notable wrestlers. So, I mean, Sean Brady will be the first high-level grappler he's fought. But the thing is, as well, is that Michael Morales will have prepared for this, so who knows? Oh, man. They're going to start making their walks here in a second. Oh, no, they're going to show, like, compilations real quick and stuff. The thing is, like, I guess you could argue, though, that we could be overestimating Sean Brady, right? Because if you take a look at his resume, let's take a look at Sean Brady. So his last win was against Leon Edwards. That's a good win, but also a good stylistic matchup for Sean Brady. He beat an older, washed Gilbert Burns. Okay? He beat Kelvin Gastelum, which I'm not too impressed with. And before they lost to Bilal Muhammad, he beat Michael Chiesa, beat Jake Matthews. But you can argue that his competition either hasn't been great or he's had good stylistic matchups. That's the only thing with Sean Brady that we could potentially be overestimating him. Possibly. But who knows? Did Islam win? Hasn't happened yet. But, yeah, he probably will. I do favor him. Now, showing Michael Morales, and he's also a fighter. He's mostly a boxer, but seems to rely a lot on his power. Knocked out Jake Matthews. So, yeah, I guess Morales and Brady both have a common opponent in Jake Matthews. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know how this is going to sound, but for the longest time, I thought Michael Morales was also... I thought he was Brazilian, but it turns out he's Ecuadorian. That makes me an awful person. I know. You don't got to tell me. You don't got to tell me. I already know. So Michael Morales about to be making his walk here. Oh man. Let's take a look at this, right? Some people are going to be referring to Morales as a bit of an interesting individual, to say the least. Also, in the background of this, I also want to turn on the Prime One Championship. I don't want to think of Prime. Let me just turn that on in the background. Oh man, I get very, very nervous for this, but you know, you'd think that I would have like figured out like, yo man, you just gotta chill out, but like, unfortunately, I haven't figured that one out yet. But you know, it is what it is. I think it's normal to get a little bit amped up. So who do you guys got in this one? Who do you guys got winning between Brady and Morales? Oh man, it's kind of upsetting that Rod Tang pulled out from his card. Because that was kind of like probably your big selling point, especially for the MMA audience. That's okay. Oh gosh. It's gonna have, like, the thing is, whenever you're dealing with a fight like this where, you know, you got a knockout artist who can pull the trigger at any moment, it's nerve-wracking, man. Is there bare knuckle on tonight? Huh. What? He's saying something about his ear? Oh, man. Imagine, like, him versus Carlos Prates. Imagine Michael Morales versus Carlos Prates. That would be insane. That'd be an insane fight. So I just want to make sure that the whole Rod Tank thing pull out was legit. I mean, there's still a bunch of really good fights on this card. Right? I mean, Christian Lee, an amazing fighter to watch. Yayua Wakamatsu, the flyweight MMA champ, he actually beat Adriano Moraes for the belt. So what's also crazy is that Michael Morales is only 25 years old. That is insane to me. That's crazy. Okay. Who do you think is next for BSD? Possibly Fiziev or Moicano rematch? Definitely not a Moicano rematch. I'd like to see him fight Michael Chandler. I think that'd be a great fight. I think that stylistically, I think it's a tough fight for BSD, but it'd be so entertaining. It'd be fireworks. Oh man. So Michael Morales is ranked number 8. He's a plus 120 underdog. And I can see why, you know. I think that, you know, we just haven't seen his grappling tested yet. And we know that Sean Brady is an established good grappler. Alright. I bet Brady, where they at right now? Walkouts? They're at the introductions. Oh, man. Do I see Brady with knee pads on or knee sleeves or whatever? Because if he has knee sleeves on, that's telling me that he's going to be looking to wrestle. I mean, we already knew that, but the thing is, he's got to go forward immediately. He's got to get inside that reach. But the problem is that reach advantage is so large. Like, it's a 7-inch gap in reach, I believe. And the problem with that is, like, Brady's going to have to be all the way in or all the way out. And that's going to be hard to be at all times out of range. Blake Grice is the referee. I don't know who that is. So, should be good. Should be interesting. Here we go with round number 1. Michael Morales, Sean Brady. Here we go, round number 1. Immediately, Morales takes the center of the octagon. Brady starts off with a leg kick that misses. Brady's on the back foot immediately, which I don't like for him. But I understand. He's trying to be weary of the power. He doesn't want to get clipped. Because the thing is, if he loses this fight, there's going to be no title shot for him. Inside leg kick there from Brady. Yeah, so Brady is taking a very delicate approach to this. All the way in or all the way out. And he's constantly moving to his right, away from the power hand of Michael Morales. But Morales is trying to cut him off, it looks like. But how long is it going to be till Sean Brady shoots? Nice leg kick there from Sean Brady. You know, they're both coming off wins. Or they both have wins over Gilbert Burns. But I guess Brady has fought since then. One minute gone by in this first round. Nothing much really happened so far. The thing is, Morales' hands are kind of low, and it's because he's expecting the takedown. But the thing is, when you expect takedowns, then it's going to become a lot easier to set up your striking, which is the beautiful thing about MMA. But Brady's trying to lunge in from a distance. It's not going to work. He's got to be careful as well. Oh my gosh, Morales lunges in with the combination. But I don't like this for Brady. I don't like this being a kickboxing match. But they're both trying to maintain their distance, but for different reasons. Brady's trying to do it so he doesn't get clipped, and Morales trying to do it so he doesn't get taken down. Nice 1-2 there from Morales, and he's got Sean Brady hurt. Oh gosh, he's got him on wobbly legs. He doesn't know where he is right now. Brady's got to grab. There it is. Gets a hold of him in the clinch. I got scary there for a second. This is scary. But Morales is on the pressure right now. Throwing the uppercut because he's expecting Brady to try to shoot. But that was very much telegraphed. 2.5 minutes to go in this first round. Or 2:45, I guess, left in this first round. The thing is, Sean Brady's not able to really get in on him. So he's kind of trying to maintain the distance. But Morales is also reaching. He's overextending on some of these shots. So he's got to be careful that he doesn't get taken down, right? That Brady could easily duck underneath one of these. Michael Morales does swing pretty wild, too, though. Like, he will swing very wide. But he's very, very fast. Closes the distance very quickly, but he does not have the best technique at all. Like, watching a fight like this makes me think that Ian Gary would school him from a distance, to be honest. Nice jab there from Morales. Brady's going forward now. He's on that pressure. I think, he has to push Morales at a pace. He's got to make him work early. That's the thing. He's got to make him work early. Oh, gosh. Every time they exchange, it's so nerve-wracking. But Morales' hands are extremely low. And it's because I don't think he respects the power of Sean Brady. Oh, my gosh. Big right hand there. Oh, my gosh. Sean Brady's hurt. Sean Brady's hurt. That's it. That's it. Michael Morales won. Oh, my gosh. Morales wins by knockout. He knocks out Sean Brady in the first round. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. I don't even know what to say. What? Morales hits so hard. Morales is a threat. Give him protest. That's what I'm saying. That fight would be banging, bro. Right? That fight would be banging. But I really gotta ask. Maybe there's something here I'm not seeing. But why didn't Brady shoot takedowns? Morales is a future champ. Let's hold our horses a little bit. Let's hold our horses here a little bit, right? Because Morales does lack a lot of that technique. That is something I'm concerned about. He swings pretty big and wild. He has a lot of power and speed to compensate for that, as well as reach. He does have some technique in there, but he does throw pretty wild as a means to get the knockout. Brady shot like one takedown that was like half attempted. But when you get in close on Morales, he will swing big and wild. But he did land that big right hand there on Brady. Had him on skates. Everyone making a video 1 second later. Brady made, Brady fraud checked. I'll tell you what I will say about Sean Brady from that. His fight IQ did not show in this one. Shouldn't have been on Brady. No, but to be fair to you, you probably didn't think he was going to fight like that. Like, nobody would have thought that Brady wasn't really going to try to wrestle at all. I think it might have had something to do with the reach. Maybe he didn't want to get caught coming in. But Brady had to mix it up, throw a 1-2, and as soon as Morales tries to counter with one of those big wide hooks, he ducks underneath for a takedown. That should have been the game plan. But now Brady's got to go back to the, back to the drawing board. Who won? Michael Morales just knocked out Sean Brady in the first round. It's crazy, right? I mean, hey, no one could say this main card's been boring at least, right? I mean, there's been a lot of finishes so far. Let's see what he says. Okay. He wants the belt. He's calling it for #1 contender shot. Where do you think Leon should go after the El Deportes? Retirement? No, I'm kidding. Let's take a look at the UFC. Let's take a look at the welterweight rankings. We'll do the whole matchmaking stuff. Alright. So, it kind of depends on how the main event goes, because Islam Makhachev says if he wins, he wants to fight Kamaru Usman next. Okay, well, I'm not able to pull up the rankings right now for some reason. UFC website wants to be difficult with me? Fine. Nice work on the street. Keep up the good work. Hey, thanks, man. 3 KOs is crazy. Exactly. That's why no one can complain about the entertainment of this card. Personally wouldn't mind Leon fighting Buckley. You can do that. Here we go, rankings. So the welterweight rankings. So right now, Leon Edwards is number 4, Protez is number 9. So after that, Protez is probably going to jump up to... I don't know. What do you do here? Like, because you can't put Protez up above Ian Gary. So I think Leon Edwards is going to go down to number 8. Leon Edwards is going to go down to number 8. I think Usman is going to move it to 4. Ian Gary is going to go up to number 5. I think Carlos Protez is going to go up to number 6. All right, Michael Morales is going to jump up to number 2 or number 3. Brady's probably going to go down. I don't know how they're going to do it, actually. It's going to be hard. So, number 1's going to be... Or I guess it depends on what they do with Islam as well. But just looking at the rankings, maybe Leon Edwards should fight Gabriel Bonfim. That's what I think. He should fight Gabriel Bonfim. Buckley's not a bad shout, though, too. Jorge Masvidal. Dang, bro. Oh, man. Yeah, so I'll probably do a whole matchmaking after this UFC card thing. Oh. But, man, what a thing of fights so far. So does that mean that this first round, like the first, what is it? Is the women's fight up next? So does that mean that that's also going to end in a first round knockout? Yeah, no, don't counter it. If JDM knocks out Islam, I'll be the happiest man on earth. No hate to Islam. I will be too, in the sense that people are finally going to realize that I've been right on what I've been saying. Agreed. Hard spot for Leon after that. Well, okay, so let me try to do this in my head, alright? So, obviously, JDM or Islam is going to come up champion. And then whoever loses will come up as number 1, probably in the rankings. Let's say Islam wins. JDM becomes number 1, Bilal Muhammad's number 2, Michael Morales is going to be number 3, Shavkat's going to be number 4, Usman's going to be number 5, Ian Gary's going to stay at number 6, or maybe Sean Brady's going to go to number 5, Usman will go to 6, Gary will go to 7, Leon will go to 8, but I forgot about Carlos Protez as well. Or no, did I say Carlos Protez? Oh, see, this is hard. Okay, Islam, JDM, Michael Morales, I would say Shavkat, Carlos Protez, Usman, Gary, then you go Leon, Buckley. Am I missing someone again? I don't know. But if anything I said makes sense, there you go. And my fan base is so toxic, I agree. Now the women's fight's gonna end the chaos streak. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like it's gonna go all 5 rounds. I might just like place a little bet for that fight to go the distance if my betting app will open. It's not gonna open, is it? That's alright. So yeah, so I'll do the whole video stuff after. Like, I'll make like a video, like, matches to make, immediate reactions, plus some TikToks and stuff. So, expect some videos after the stream tonight. It's gonna be a long night. But I love talking about fights, so I'll do it just for you guys. So who do you guys got winning in this women's fight? Wei Li or Valentina Shevchenko? Brady should have clinched at least. He should have shot a takedown, like a proper takedown. And it's genuinely frustrating to watch that he didn't. I mean, I get it. We're not in there. It's not so easy for us to say, but like, come on. Are you kidding me? So next weekend's card, is in Qatar, so the card starts at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm going to be at work. I'm going to be at work when the main event happens. And, I don't start till, 3 o'clock that day, either. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Do you think Shavkat is still deserving of being a top welterweight contender? I feel like he's been active long enough that he's going to need to have another fight before going for the belt. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, he definitely does need another fight. He's just been injured, right? Shavkat versus Protez? No, we want to see Protez versus Michael Morales. Or Bilal versus Protez? Yeah, right. Weili by TKO? I doubt it. Bilal versus Ian is the co-main event, though. So, yeah, Bilal versus Ian. So then you do Michael Morales versus Carlos Protez for a number 1 contender. And let's say Islam wins. Let him have the Kamaru Usman fight. Want Valentina to win, but I feel like Weili will get it. It's hard to say. This is such a close fight. The problem is, Valentina is getting up there in age. And her fights have kind of become more boring over time. I'm not going to lie. But you know what's crazy is that next weekend's card's actually looking pretty solid. Jack Herman's moving down to welterweight. It's kind of interesting. Bilal Muhammad versus Ian Gary, yeah. Is that a 5-round co-main event? I don't think so, is it? Versus... Yeah. Why did I actually believe Sean Brady was going to submit Morales? Well, because you probably thought he was actually going to shoot a takedown, right? We picked Sean Brady to win because we believed he was actually going to grapple him, and that Morales' grappling remains untested, and it still remains untested. So you weren't wrong to say that. Morales might get the next shot. I doubt it. Dana said the winner of Brady Morales gets the next shot. Dana says a lot of stuff. Dana says a lot of stuff, so I wouldn't take it too literally. Islam said if he wins, he wants Kamaru. And I think if JDM wins, they're probably just going to give him whoever. Maybe they'll give him Islam again, an immediate rematch. I watched Kamaru smoke Islam out of nowhere. I don't think Kamaru wins. Not at this point of his career. I think he can, but I don't favor him too. I think Islam's younger, has the youth on his side. Overall speed advantage. But, no. If they... Let's say they do that, right? Let's say for argument's sake, Islam wins. And they do Kamaru Usman versus Islam Makhachev. Alright, let's just play the whole hypothetical game. If I can get this website to load, that would be nice. But for some reason, it's been a pain. So you would do Michael Morales versus Carlos Protez for the number 1 contender. Or I guess because you also have Ian Machado Gary versus Bilal Muhammad in there, right? So let's say Ian Gary beats Bilal. Ian Gary beats Bilal Muhammad. And you would have to give him the title shot over Carlos Protez because he beat Carlos. And you have to give him a title shot over Michael Morales, right? Well, I guess you don't have to. Not over Michael Morales, but you definitely would have to give him one over Carlos Protez. I showed that today that Bilal is a good fight reviewer, like well-spoken guy. I don't watch Bilal Muhammad. I don't watch any of his content or anything. Bilal needs to go on his villain arc. No more nice guy. He kind of has been for a while though. But I get what you mean. There we go. Now we got the rankings here. Okay. So yeah, so let's say Islam fights Kamaru Usman. Then you can do Morales versus Protez. You can do JDM versus Sean Brady. You would do Ian Gary versus, I don't even know who he'd fight. Because if he wins, you can argue that he's next for a title shot, right? Over Michael Morales. If he wins, he should get a title shot over Michael Morales. So maybe Gary would sit out and wait. Bilal is a nice guy. He is a nice guy, but like I think he does put on that villain arc act sometimes. I scared Islam might get KO'd, judging by all the KOs that just happened, or he could KO JDM. If he KOs JDM, Ian versus Usman, I don't disagree with you. I'm basing off the fact that I think that if Islam Makhachev asked to take on Kamaru Usman, I think the UFC would give it to him. Why is Ian Gary a bit hated by fans? I think it's the whole stuff like with his wife and like her ex-boyfriend living there or whatever. Like people say he's a cuck. I think that's why. I think that's the whole thing about him. I don't dislike him or whatever. Whatever his personal business is up to him. But, you know, the fans are going to make fun of him for it and tease him for it. Here's what I want to know, right? I don't know why. So when did Ian Gary versus Shavkat happen? 310. Am I, like, crazy, or was that an interim championship fight? It had the feeling, because I think it was at least considered a number one contender fight. No, it was just a welterweight bout, wasn't it? It wasn't. For some reason, I had that feeling, and I think it's because it was considered a number one contender bout at the time, and Shavkat won, and then he got injured. Yes. So was Shavkat originally scheduled to fight for the belt on that card? Is that what it was? Yes. Okay, so maybe that's what I'm thinking. Right, it was a UFC 310 card that, let's be honest, was kind of crappy. I'm sure the UFC would be today if Shavkat wasn't injured and beat Bilal. The welterweight division would be in a very interesting place. Or if Bilal beat Shavkat. I mean, it's hard to say who would have won that fight. Because people always say, well, Shavkat got taken down by Ian Gary, therefore Bilal would have won. Well, hold on. Styles make fights. So let's not jump down any hype trains or anything. Oh, man. This super fight's going to go crazy. Oh, man. This is the women's fight. After this, women's MMA is dead. Especially if Valentina Shevchenko wins, then women's MMA is going to be considered dead. And I think that Natalia Silva will be the next champ. Because I favor her to beat Valentina. Just because of her movement. For real, Bilal should go villain. Only fight fun fighters and win every fight via decision. What if like Bilal Muhammad was like doing that on purpose this entire time, and he was just like winning fights by way of decision on purpose, like he's doing it ironically to troll you. I think it'd be kind of funny. Oh man, is it crazy to me that Zhang Weili's 36 years old? Like, did you guys not think she was like 34? Zhang needs to win. I think for the sake of the flyweight division, yes. Right? My whole thing with dominant champs, I don't like dominant champs. I don't. I think that the things with dominant champs is it just makes the divisions more boring. Like, you don't care to watch because the champs just going to dominate them anyway. Like, that's why I like when the belt changes hands. Like, maybe defend the belt once or twice and then switch hands. Because it keeps the whole division fresh. Nah, for real, I thought she was 34. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, she should not be 36 years old. That has to be a glitch. The UFC aged her by a couple years to give her less chance of winning this fight. You know, you would think they'd go the other way around. You'd think they would de-age her because they'd want her to win. But what do I know? Oh man, you're doing the introductions. 2-0 is an underdog. Was it against Joanna? She was an underdog? Oh gosh. So I wonder, did Zhang Weili put on any size for this fight as well? Because that is something else to consider as well. I don't think she did. She looks pretty much the same. She looks the same as usual. But except she might be more hydrated than normal, I guess. So I did say that the size could play a factor as well here, though. It's possible that Valentina could potentially overpower Zhang Weili, like she did to Jessica Andrade. Bro, I miss Mama Joanna. I saw her in the crowd. Yeah, I mean, I think with Joanna, she, like, imagine she never got knocked out against Rose. Like, imagine, like, if she had just, like, lost a decision or something, it would have been a bit different. But I think the fact that she got knocked out, I think she was just never able to quite get back the momentum again in her career. She kind of lost that invincible aura. Okay. Wait, who's roughing this? Mark Goddard? Oh, gosh. I guess I could probably... Oh man, my phone's been bugging me all day for an update. There we go. You can update now. While I'm watching the fights. I don't need it right now anyway. Oh yeah. Alright, round number one's about to get underway here. Make your final predictions now. Alright, here we go. Round number one. Oh gosh. They're immediately just maintaining their distance. Oh, nice straight right down the pipe from Zhang Weili. Valentina starting off with the lead leg kicks. Oh, nice body kick there from Valentina. So I bet $10,000 on Zhang Weili to win. That's crazy. No, man. Zhang Weili's bouncing a lot. She's using a lot of movement right now. Valentina's doing her usual sitting still. Superman punch. Yeah, this could be a tough fight because she's gonna have I feel like that Weili's gonna have a hard time getting in close to Valentina. And she needs to get in close. No, but the thing is, I don't think I know Valentina's a good counter striker, but I think that she's gonna have big knee to the body there from Shevchenko, and she's got Weili down. Alright, Valentina's got Weili in half guard. Now Weili's getting her guard back here. 3 minutes to go here in the first round. Shevchenko's trying to pass the guard here, but Weili's got butterfly hooks here. Right now, Weili's just holding on to Shevchenko here. Silva victims, possibly. Zhang Weili's getting back up to the feet. Nice elbow from the break there from Zhang Weili. So, yeah, Zhang Weili being able to get back up to the feet is huge. Oh, spinning back fist there from Shevchenko. Oh, gosh. The size difference is very apparent. If Zhang Weili could take down Shevchenko, then things get interesting. The size difference is very apparent, though. This is what I said in the prediction video. That could be a problem for Weili. It's just the size difference could be a factor. Oh, gosh. Shevchenko's on top of Weili in side control. A minute 20 left here in this first round. Yeah, Weili's... Yeah, I don't know why I'm still wearing this, bro. I don't want my commentary to be influenced. That's why I'm not really talking too much. Sorry. Not really a lot going on right now. It looks like Shevchenko's trying to pass into full mount, but Weili's doing a good job. She's getting those butterfly hooks in, trying to re-posture up into full guard. Or I shouldn't say re-posture. Trying to rebuild back up into the full guard. She's able to get back into half guard. Now she's got to shrimp up onto a shoulder. She's going to escape. She cannot be laying here flat on her back like this. She's got to shrimp up to a hip. 35 seconds to go here in the first round. But not a lot going on here on top. $20 seconds here to go. Valentina wants to pass, but Zhang Weili's doing a good job of preventing that. Yeah, so this is definitely going to be one of those fights where it's just the size that's going to be an issue. But also, stylistically, in hindsight, this might be a very tough thing. Like, you know, for Zhang Weili, she was never the best pocket boxer. But also, like, it's the first round, so I don't really want to say too much just yet. Valentina get off her. 10-9 for Valentina Shevchenko after one round. At least that was a pretty easy round there to score. Oh, man. But I want to see Weili get some get back in this round here. The body kicks were brutal there to start. The knee to the body was also pretty brutal. That looked like kind of like a knockdown. But it's also the momentum. So Shevchenko went there for a spinning back fist. It didn't connect cleanly. Who do you guys have winning the rematch? Tom or Gon? I still favor Tom. Because who knows, right? Like, there could have been ring rust involved from Tom Aspinall. It could have been a million different things. Islam's getting his hands wrapped. Here we go with round number 2. So Zhang Weili's got to figure out a way to close the distance, right? She's got to enter with a high guard, use her jab. Right. Zhang Weili goes for a head kick there, gets blocked there from Valentina. See, It looks like that Valentina is looking to spin off the engagement. Like, off, like, when Weili comes in. Shevchenko looks like she's looking to spin. A little sidekick attempt there from Weili. I like it. Outside leg kick there from Zhang Weili and a left hand return from Valentina Shevchenko. Oh gosh. They both went for in the pocket. Valentina takes down Zhang Weili again. It's the size. It's like what I said in the prediction video. That's the way that Valentina's going to win this fight. Is through just overpowering Zhang. It's not that I don't think that Weili's got the technique. I just think this is a tough fight for her stylistically. Valentina passes over into side control. Shevchenko go for the elbows from the top there in side control. Now we've seen Valentina here before go for the crucifix. It doesn't look like she's trying to go for that here. Weili might potentially look to roll. She might give up her back. Oh, here comes the crucifix. No, Weili sees it coming. Is wise to it. Right now, Shevchenko is kind of big brothering Weili. Kind of just pinning him down. Pinning her down, I guess. Weili can't do nothing about it. Yep, there goes the crucifix. Oh. Sean's almost out of it. Yep, she's out. But this is such a dominant position here for Valentina Shevchenko. Still 2.5 minutes to go here in this round. Valentina is trying to get off some damage here. Weili's trying to roll, but Valentina's wise to it. Weili's taking an underhook here. She's got to roll to her left hip here. Yeah, she's got to get on her left side here. There it is. She's trying. Looks like she got half guard back there. Not only is this just upsetting to watch, because I think a lot of us wanted Zhang Weili to win. I mean, like, I don't like to pick favorites or whatever, but like I said, I just don't like seeing dominant champions. But I guess they're both dominant. Weili managed to get back into the guard. But the thing is, like, if Valentina wins this, women's MMA is just dead. Stop touching my Chinese queen. That's probably the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. Valentina passes over the half guard with a minute left to go in the round. I think my UFC stream is ahead of yours. That's another round, Valentina. Yeah, it probably is. I swear, usually my live streams are usually, like, behind. Let me just refresh it here. Okay, mine's on 15 seconds. There we go. 10 seconds here to go in the round. Yeah. I'm sorry. It's hard to commentate this. Like, this is kind of boring. Like, I can appreciate high-level grappling, but, like, it's boring. I'm pretty sure Zhang Weili just said it's boring. She even knows. But it's 2-0 for Valentina Shevchenko now. I want to hear what they're saying here. Yeah. I kind of expected more from these two, not going to lie. It feels like a Hamzat DDP fight. Yeah, but not. This isn't as bad as that. That was egregious. That was egregious. I was trying to hear what they were saying in the corner. More importantly, I was trying to figure out what Zhang Weili was saying. But this women's fight is going to bring you the end of the knockout streak, where we're going to see a very boring decision in this boring women's MMA fight. Yeah. So what do you do here for Zhang Weili? Like, how are you going to try to outstrike her? Because the problem is if Zhang Weili tries to close the distance and engage in closely, Valentina's going to tie her up and take her down again. But if she stays at a distance, she's just going to get picked apart to a decision. So it's kind of a lose-lose situation. And it's kind of unfortunate. Weili going for another side kick. Weili needs this. She needs this round. More than anything, though, she needs this round. Inside leg kick there from Weili. That's nice. I think Weili's getting a bit frustrated, though. It's pretty obvious. Ooh, Weili went for a body kick and Shevchenko countered her nicely. I believe it was with the right hand. Inside leg kick there from Zhang Weili. It looked like Valentina went for a counter. On the feet, it's pretty, like, you know, nothing really too crazy's happening. But when it hits the ground, it's a different thing. It's the size. Valentina goes for a spinning kick. Yeah, Zhang Weili's definitely getting deterred. Because she doesn't want to get too close either, because she knows that Valentina's going to look to tie her up and take her down. Ooh, body kick there from Weili. That was nice, but now, see, this is the problem. They're in the clinch. If you're Weili, she's engaging in the clinch. She's got Shevchenko up against the fence. Is she going to try to take her down? And try to get some top control of her own? Because in one way, it would be good. Nice elbow off the break there from Zhang Weili. But she backs up. She allows Valentina to come into the center of the cage. And I get it. She doesn't want to be in too close. She wants to be in a very, very specific range where she can kind of mid-boxing range, sort of. Kind of in the pocket, but not too close to where Shevchenko can grab you either. Like, if Zhang Weili had a reach advantage, this fight would be a lot different. It's the fact that she has to get in close, but she doesn't really want to be in too close. That's the problem. But I think Weili's kind of puzzled right now. But we're halfway through this round. 2.5 minutes to go here in the third. Inside leg kick there from Weili. That's nice. The thing is, yeah, she does need more kicks because she needs to be able to limit that movement of Valentina. Shade burrs. But Weili's trying. I'm not gonna give her a hard time about it or nothing. Valentina goes for a 1-2, but it just misses. The thing is, though, Valentina doesn't have the greatest boxing defense. That's part of the reason why I originally kind of favored Zhang Weili to win. Oh, yeah. Valentina catches the body kick. She's got Weili in the clinch and takes her down to side control. Okay, here we go. Rinse and repeat. Should we just turn off the stream, guys? Just turn it off at this point? Should we just say women's MMA is dead now? Oh, but Weili's looking to use the cage, and she put her toes in the fence. It's just, there's just not a lot to be done here. Valentina's got Weili here in half guard. Pretty much up against the cage here. This is unfortunate. UFC PJJ Weili versus Shevchenko is looking sick. That's what this is, though, right? Because the thing is with Valentina, like, she's gotten TKOs on the ground before, but generally when she gets on top of you, she's looking to control you, really hold you in close and hit you with these lack of submission tries to kill this fight. Yeah, there's no submission attempts. There's hardly any sort of ground and pound. This is boring, right? This is boring. There we go. Valentina going for some ground and pound. That's better. That's what we want to see more of. More ground and pound. If she would just posture up more and throw more, I wouldn't be upset about it. But because of the fact that we're just left with, like, this. What is this, bruh? That's the end of the third round, bro. I am this close to just turning off my stream, playing a video game or something until the main event comes on. Like, I don't want to deal with this bogus. This is complete crap. Who you got, JDM or Islam? I got Islam, but don't paint me confident on that one. I want to see what, like, is there any things that people on TikTok are saying? Oh, my prediction video. There we go. Oh my gosh, bro. Can you guys freaking stop posting these dumb links in the chat? Alright, JDM getting his hands wrapped. You know what this is? This fight is like... It's almost like a nap break to let you get your sleep in before we turn on the main event. Like, to make sure you're nice and well rested so you don't fall asleep. That's what this is, and I appreciate that from these women. Actually, I'm going to put the hood up. Round 4 underway here. So Zhang Weili's down 3 rounds to nothing. She really has to... She really's got to go for it. Body kick, and Weili Shevchenko counters her. Weili's got to be careful throwing that body kick, though, because that's how she keeps getting taken down. But I also understand, it's like, you got to try, right? Body kick from Valentina. And Weili's, for that hurt her. Another body kick there. It looks like that bothers Weili. She doesn't like it. It's forcing Weili to disengage momentarily. Maybe, like, for Weili, maybe she thinks that in order to beat Valentina, she's got to play the counter-striking game. I don't think that's the best way to go. And it's going to make for a really boring fight. Wake me up in 10 minutes? Yeah, I got you, bro. I got you. I'll give you a phone call. Another body kick for Valentina. Yeah, this is... a head kick there from Valentina. This is just kind of hard to watch. The only way to stop these kicks, though, from Shevchenko is if Weili, like, closes the distance. But if she closes the distance, she risks getting tangled up like this. Right? So it's like a what do you do type scenario. Knees to the body and a clinch from Shevchenko and an elbow off the break, though. Like, that's the problem, though, when you get in close like that. Who won? JDM or Islam? Hasn't happened yet. Three minutes to go here in this 4th round. And a jumping front kick to the body from Valentina Shevchenko. Weili's taking these pretty well, considering, but she's just outgunned. That's the problem with having strawweights come up to fight Valentina, is that none of them are on her level of skill. But it's not just that, it's also size. And Weili's hurt. Ooh. Side kick to the knee there from Zhang Weili. That was nice. Yeah, this is kind of tricky for Zhang Weili. Like, it's like, oh, what do you do? Valentina's champ, Durna's champ, bro. What is his timeline? Well, the thing is, Weili can go back down after this and become the champ at 115, but it makes the weight class look even worse now. An ad? Oh, they're on... That's set to automatic. Outside leg kick there from Zhang Weili. Minute and a half to go here in this fourth round. At least this round's been striking. Like, on the feet, it still may not be the barn burner, but this beats the grappling, at least. Body kick from Zhang Weili, but Valentina catches it and takes her down. Like, Weili's got to stop throwing that body kick. Mark my words, Islam's going to pull off a quick submission, just trust me. Oh, well, we're going to trust you because you say to trust you. $50 seconds here to go in the fourth round. Yeah, okay, this is like... This is brutal. You know, we gotta name her. Instead of being Valentina the Bullet Shevchenko, we gotta name her Valentina the Blanket Shevchenko. Like, she's a wet blanket. 25 seconds to go here in the fourth round. And that's the end of the fourth round. Woo! How long to the main event? It's after this fight. Valentina Muhammad, this is painful. Yeah, this is very painful. Honestly, nah. Bilal isn't even that boring. Apologies, Bilal. Like, at least, like, Bilal will pick you up and slam you on your head, right? So I guess it's not that bad. Valentina's just a wet blanket. That's why we're going to nickname her the Wet Blanket. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I know this is very hard, but... It's just kind of hard when you look at this from an entertainment standpoint. JDM sleeps Islam in round 5. I don't... Like, it could happen. I've always been a bit suspect on Islam's durability. Okay, Zhang Weili, round 5. You gotta go for broke. Because here's the thing. Even if you get taken down and controlled for the rest of the round, I at least want Weili to be able to say she went out there and tried to get the knockout over Valentina. At least you could say she tried to have some sort of sense of urgency. No glove touch here going into this 5th round. Weili's definitely frustrated. You can tell she's definitely feeling it. But she's got to go for it. Weili will pull off the win. I don't think so, because even if she does connect, I don't think she's going to have the kind of power to hurt Valentina. Yep, there we go. That's what you need right there, Weili. But Valentina immediately clinches. Oh my gosh, bro. Wet blanket. Oh my gosh. Boring wet blanket. Do, 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 do. Boring wet blanket. Da, 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 da. John Effett turned into Michael Chandler. That's what I'm saying. You just gotta go for it. You gotta explode to get out of this clinch here. There we go. She breaks from the clinch. 4 minutes to go in the 5th round. John, you have to go for it. You have to absolutely empty out the gas tank. Right? Win or lose. You want to be able to say you went for it. She's trying. Headshot, dead moment incoming. Nah. Those moments don't happen when you predict them coming, though. I don't think. It could. But I don't think they generally happen like that. It's when you just don't expect it. A minute and a half into round 5, they're on the ground already. Yeah. Yeah. what happened, why you kind of upset, is it Almeida's type of fight? That's pretty much it. It's pretty much that. Except, Valentina's landed a few more strikes on the ground than Almeida. Like, Almeida landed 9. Shevchenko's landed like 9.5. That's been like the difference. Valentina, the wet blanket. There we go. Finally, a little bit of ground and pound. Big elbow. Six, 7. Yeah, no, it's gonna be like this for the rest of the round, guys. We might as well just pack it up and talk about the main event. Who you guys got? Islam or JDM? I gotta be honest, I just can't be bothered to even watch this fight at this point, unless we see Jean Weili get back up. But even if she does, she's not gonna land anything. I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything. It's just how it is. Oh, now the ref's finally warning them to work. You got JDM winning? It could happen. I don't know. I tried to bet on this fight going the distance, and my betting app wouldn't load. So, whether it's I think it's my FanDuel. My FanDuel didn't want me to make money on this fight. Oh. Now I can log into my app. Okay, awesome. I'm gonna have to go, ref, just stand them up, bruv. Like, this is crazy, man. Like, even the ground and pound shots that Valentina's throwing, it's like she's on top of her like this and going. There's no meaning behind it. There's no impact. Oh. Love the content, bro. I watch you all the time. Need your advice on something. Hit me. I'm good with pretty much anything. If you need advice. Effort ref stand him up every time Valentina touches Weili. Yeah, the second they get in the clinch, the referee, alright, break. Like it's a boxing match. $20 seconds to go. Weili's trying off her back. $7 seconds to go, and Shevchenko's just going to stand over top of her throwing leg kicks. We go all 5 rounds to a very boring 50-45 decision. What the hell was that from Weili? And she was trying something, bro. Listen, it ain't always going to work, but... So I want to take a look at some of these things on the JDM Islam fight. Yeah, I don't know. That was a tough watch. Anyway. See, I'm 16. I got 201 pounds in the bank. And I'm tempted to get my dad to bet it on JDM round 5 KO. I needed financial advice. Don't do it, bro. Don't do it. Because here's the thing. If you're going to bet on a fight, betting on someone to win by round 5 KO is not only just unlikely, but it's just so specific. It is so specific. Now, I would tell you to do it if I had a sponsor, but unfortunately I don't. Can't believe I thought we were going to see a barn burner. Well, in hindsight, it probably seems relatively obvious that it wasn't going to be, I guess, because Valentina is naturally a counter-striker. Weili isn't the best at closing the distance, so how you could see this be born from the outside and how in close Valentina would use her size to overpower Weili. You could see how it would be a boring fight, I guess, but I try to be an optimist and not think of fights like that. Hey man, I just want to say I love the videos. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. It's you guys who allow me to do it, right? Like, without you, I wouldn't have nothing. Actually, let's hear the scorecards. Let's hear this. 50-45, okay. For the winner by unanimous decision and still. Yeah. Anyway. That's crazy, man. Are you guys happy that Valentina won? Women's MMA is dead. I'm just gonna say it. Women's MMA is dead. Sorry, I was... Interesting. I was trying to put some... Wait. What are they saying? Natalia Silva's next, I guess. Man, thank you so much, bro. Just keep it real. I think I just got overconfident because I predicted Brady a knockout round 1 and Leon knocked out round 2. I mean, I get it, right? It's just, if you got those ones right, the odds of you getting another one right are also pretty slim. So will please sleep Valentina for that. I don't think she'll sleep. Right? I don't think she'll sleep Valentina. Whatever. Okay. I don't think she'll sleep Valentina, but I think she'll outstrike her from a distance. But the only thing is, if Valentina can take her down from the clinch. She might be able to. It's hard to say. Oh. Joel, this time my door's finally going to open on me. Nice. Yeah, that was boring. That was brutal. I'm going to cry. Hold on one second. No, I just came over here to grab a drink real quick. So, yeah. Women's MMA after that. Right. 100% dead. How will JDM anti-grappling work against Islam? Oh, wait, hold on. I'm going to listen to the post-fight interview, and I'll get right there with you. So, Joe Rogan's asking Sean Whitley what's going to happen next. If Valentina's decision still on a crap timeline, true. Yeah, I think that JDM's size will counter the grappling very nicely. Islam's not used to fighting guys in an actual fight this size. You know, Volk was able to use anti-grappling tactics against Islam, so I don't see why JDM couldn't. Now, Volk was probably a better grappler, but it's also smaller. Is Volk going to be JDM's corner? I'm not sure, actually. Volk's chilling in his house. Yeah. Yeah, but... Volk's going to be defending his belt. Is Volk going to be defending his belt dead ass? I feel like I haven't seen him for ages. Maybe he's trying to take a little bit of time off after that Diego Lopez fight. Do you think that brawl that happened will affect Islam's motivation to win the match? What brawl? Did something happen? Did something happen at the weigh-ins? Let me watch this real quick. Jeepers, Sean Whitley, you just keep on yapping. Let's watch this thing here at the weigh-ins. If you're talking at the weigh-ins, it wasn't really much of a brawl. Oh, Dylan Dennis. Are you talking about like the Conor McGregor Khabib stuff? I don't think it really affects much, to be honest. Do you think Morocco loses belt anytime soon? No. Who's gonna lose it to? Like who's Morocco gonna lose to? That's the problem. Umar? I doubt it. Sean O'Malley in a third fight? Yeah, probably that. Song and Dong could be interesting. But we're about to get to the fight we've all been waiting for. We got our little nap break, we got a chance to rest, and now we're going to hop back right into it. Love Volk, but hoping he never eventually rematches Lopez. The thing is, stylistically, it's a good matchup for Volk. It's just his chin I don't trust, but he's definitely a more technical fighter. Sean, stop talking. It's not fixing the wound. The thing is, I hate when fighters do this. When they don't even address the question, they're getting asked, do you want to move back down to 115? Do you want to stay at 125? What do you want to do? And she's like, oh, I just want to take a break. Bro, just answer the question of what you're thinking. Between T. Khabib, John Pork, and Dylan Dennis. Oh, yeah. No, I don't think it'll affect too much. Oh, man. But also, have people considered, what about this alleged championship boost that fighters get when they win the belt? They get 30% better. What if that happens to JDM? What if he gets 30% better? Imagine he's throwing 30% more combinations. He starts shooting takedowns himself, takes Islam down, and controls him on the ground. The thing is, if Islam can't get the fight down to the ground, how do you guys feel about Islam's chances? Anyone else scared for Islam fight because of Silva win streaks, actual cheeses, I swear. Yeah, because I didn't Usman also have a 15-fight win streak when he lost to Leon Edwards? Or am I tripping? How long till Willie says that she's had an injury with a bad camp? You know what the thing is? Apparently this is a thing in like Chinese culture where apparently it's quite common for like people to come up with excuses following losses and stuff just because apparently it's the Chinese culture. So whether or not she actually believes it, I don't know. You know, I'm seeing an ad for Call of Duty Black Ops 7 right now. I just realized I probably should download it. I downloaded my Xbox, but I'm going to download it here on the computer as well. Have you guys tried it? If so, what did you think? Wait, do I already have Call of Duty installed? If I do, that's kind of crazy, low-key. I don't think I do have it installed. I thought I deleted it. I don't trust Islam's chin or his backwards movement and to stay on the feet too long. That's the problem, is the backwards movement in particular, right? Because you'll see him get into a stance, and as he's moving back, there'll be times where he's tripping over his feet and stuff, and he's leaning back, he's throwing these big check right hooks. Yeah, you gotta be very careful, man. Apparently I do have Call of Duty installed. Interesting. Okay, well, I'm done getting distracted by Call of Duty here. Ooh. They're probably going to get started here on the main event here in a sec. If JDM lands shots like Diamond did, it's going to be a short night. That's true. Right, because Dustin was busting up Islam. Dustin does not hit as hard as JDM, I don't think. But you can also argue that JDM might not be as technical as Dustin. But I'd also say that JDM's a better mover than Dustin is, like better with his footwork generally, which is going to give someone like Islam a harder time with shooting takedowns. But the thing is, when Dustin Poirier was going forward and putting the pressure on, yeah, he's going forward, he's putting pressure, he's throwing the occasional one too. He didn't throw as much as I thought he should have. I thought he was a bit too defensive. But even the times he was going, he was able to land, and moving forward, he was able to stuff the takedowns more, right? Because the thing is, when you're fighting a wrestler, you want to go forward at them. It sounds counterintuitive, right? You would think, maintain the distance, land a jab, land a straight, throw lots of uppercuts to deter the opponent. But the thing is, when you move forward, you force sloppy shots. When you force sloppy shots, they are easier to defend. I have a feeling something bad's going to happen. Well, the thing is, I think we all get that feeling every time that there's a UFC pay-per-view. Every time there's a big main event, we always get the feeling something bad's going to happen. It's just the nature of the sport, unfortunately. There's no getting around it. So here, I'm going to put up a poll here. Oh. I'll put up a poll here. There we go. I should have put this up at the start, but I kind of forgot. Dang. Hot take, Ilya Deport needs to defend his belt more and be more active instead of chasing Islam. Well, I think it has something to do with his brother. Like, when one's in training camp, the other one doesn't really want to fight. And it's a problem. It is absolutely a problem. Is Alexander Deport fighting on this card? Yeah. So, not this current card, but he's fighting next weekend. So, I think after that, then maybe he'll be able to go into camp. But yeah, neither Taporia brother are super active. Yeah, so then after the stream's done, I'll be making my immediate reaction. As long as Jason Herzog isn't refereeing. Yeah, who's that referee? I forget who it was. There was a referee on that Abu Dhabi card, on the Tom Aspinall Cyril Gahn card, who took a point away for a fence grab like immediately. Like, he wasn't messing around. Whoever that referee was, we need to bring him back. I'm gonna go now, man, because I'm watching the stream, my little bro. Have a good night, and looking forward to seeing your vids on after. Peace, bro. Hope you have a good night. I'll probably make a couple videos tonight, to be honest with you. Or maybe one video tonight, one video tomorrow, and expect some shorts content as well. But yeah, I might make 2 videos tonight, we'll see. Before I go, remember where it's JDM round 5. Hey man, if it happens, it happens. I'll shout out Carter Kang. What happened to Monster? I love. He's in the crowd. But he's kind of being done dirty by the UFC, right? They're not going to give him a title shot because he's not entertaining. Right? They don't want a boring fight for a title fight, right? You don't want to give wet blankets a title shot. Which, like, I get, but at the same time, like, come on. So Islam's here making his walk here. So it should be interesting, right? Because a lot of times Islam is kind of I've been kind of wondering for a while now with Islam's fights, like, is he entering the octagon not at his peak? Has he been kind of drained? He's added a little bit of mass going into this fight, though. But not like a crazy amount. And if Islam loses, then we're sending him to Australia 2-3 years and forgetting. That's what I'm thinking. Let me know if you guys agree. Is Khabib not in the corner? I thought I saw him. Oh, he's right there. Okay. So 62% of the people are saying Islam Makhachev. That's not too surprising. Has not lost in 11 plus years. I thought he lost in 2015. That would be 10 years. So yeah, I guess if he wins this, he does tie Anderson Silva's record. And the next up after this, it's going to be JDM. And then we're finally going to be able to figure this one out. Who is the greatest welterweight? Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, every fan in the crowd's got their phone light on. Who do you think deserves a title shot in middleweight? It's probably going to be Nasruddin Imavov who gets it next. Right, because it would have been RDR maybe if he had beaten Brendan Allen, but since he lost, the middleweight division's kind of in shambles right now, so I'd probably say Nasruddin Imavov. JDM round 2 KO hammer fist to the nuts. Oh my gosh, can you imagine? Depending on the referee, they probably wouldn't even, like, call it back. They'd probably be like, it was good. Big win there for JDM. But he looks serious. He looks like he means business. He's in shape. Oh gosh. Main event jitters, man. You know what's crazy though is like, cause I said this earlier that like I get kind of like nervous for the fights. I get a little bit anxious watching it, and like I imagine they are too, right? I'm not saying that they aren't, but sometimes I wonder like, am I more nervous for this than they are? Because like, I wouldn't be surprised with some fighters. Some fighters don't really feel the nerves like that. Right now, I'm on the verge of, like, shaking. I thought that was Volk there for a second. I saw a short, bald guy. Oh, gosh. Do you see a possible Bahayo versus Allen or RDR fight to determine who fights the winner of Chimaev Imavov? It's possible, but I think you also have to consider Fluffy Hernandez. Right, like, who's he gonna fight? Maybe he fights Brendan Allen. Oh no, he already fought Brendan Allen twice. So Fluffy Hernandez has got to fight maybe DDP or something. Hey man, I'm gonna go. Excited to see your videos tonight. Have a good one. Hey, have a good one, man. I will definitely be posting tonight. JDM looks serious. He looks locked in, man. I gotta be honest. He looks very dialed in. So the tail of the tape. So JDM's only 29 years old. Islam's 34, which is interesting. They both weighed in at 170. doesn't really tell me too much. But the fact that JDM's only 29 is quite interesting to me, to be honest. I don't know why. I thought he was like 32. Oh gosh, introductions. Herb Dean's the referee. Oh gosh. We'll see what this added size does. Are we gonna have a new mythical fighter? Size added. Islam Makhachev. That'd be kind of funny. Oh gosh. These introductions always feel so long though, because we're just waiting for the fights to get going. But just enjoy it, I guess. Bruce, just kept introducing them. It's time. This could have stunned me with the results so far now. I mean, that John Whaley pick was a bit bad on my part. I will admit that. But, like, the rest of it has been very good. I got these on for a second just for the introductions. Just so I don't miss the start of the fight. Oh gosh. Islam being a minus 305 favorite is kind of crazy. Islam looks like he's like... I don't even know what to say. It looks like he's just a chill guy. He almost looked like he was like stoned for a sec. Oh gosh. JDM's been getting boos all week and it ain't fair. Champion successfully defended the title 64% of the time in the last 20 years. Who knows with the championship boost? That 30% getting better. That confidence boost. Oh gosh. How's the fight going? Hasn't started yet. It's about to start here in a second. I'm getting nervous. I've been shaking. I'm getting the butterflies. Introductions are finally done. Oh gosh. Alright, I won't be reading chat here for a minute, guys. Round 1. Gonna be going underway here. Okay, here we go. Round 1. How quickly do you think Islam's gonna shoot a takedown? Leg kick there to start there from Islam. So JDM's immediately coming out of the southpaw stance. Another leg kick there. JDM's going forward. He's blitzing Islam early. Which is exactly what I said he's going to have to do. And the thing is with that high guard is he'll lower it at times, right? He's going to lower it as a way to get the... You know, when Islam goes to shoot it, it almost works as a frame. But Islam's already touched the lead leg of JDM a few times. Islam goes for a front kick. Jab to the body there from JDM. Ooh, left-hander from JDM. Islam looks to counter back, though. A minute in so far. Islam shoots a takedown. So here we go. This is going to be very telling. And he gets JDM down. And right into half guard. Now, JDM has shown an insane ability to scramble off his back. But Islam is a different level animal. We're a minute and a half in. They're very dry. JDM's looking to get to a hip, it looks like. Or maybe not. It's kind of to tell. Right now, they're kind of just going pitter-patter on the ground here. Two and a half minutes here to go in the first round. Not a lot happening here so far. This kind of just feels like a continuation of the Shevchenko-Zhang Weili fight. There we go. JDM gets to a hip. JDM's got 2-on-1. He's trying to get back up to the feet. Oh. There's a scramble going on. JDM gives up his back. Islam's almost fallen off. But JDM's almost up. Oh, Islam takes the back. Or he's trying to take the back, but yeah, he's got the back. Yep. JDM's trying to scramble. It looks like he's going to get out of it and get into half guard. Nice. That's a good job there from JDM to get back into half guard, right? Because you got to think, it's a better position than having your back taken. Just under 2 minutes here to go in the first round. The thing is, Islam hasn't really dealt out a lot of damage thus far. They watched Shevchenko Weili and they were inspired by the performance. I agree. Not a lot going on top right now. Islam's trying to land some ground and pound here, but JDM's doing a good job using his right arm to kind of frame off from Islam. Using his right arm to frame off Islam's left arm to prevent him from actually landing any meaningful ground and pound shots. So JDM's trying to get to a hip, get 2-on-1 here. He's trying to basically make it so that if he was to try to, like, kind of shrimp up and try to go into Islam to stand back up, he wouldn't be able to grab his neck. Just under a minute left to go. It looks like Islam might be trying to set something up here, but JDM's wise to it. The thing is, yes, this is a good start for Islam, but this is a good experience here for JDM. Yeah, JDM's trying to get back up. He's just not able to. Islam's like a wet blanket on top of you. Alright, JDM recuperates full guard. 15 seconds to go in the first round. If I'm JDM here, just hold on for the final 10 seconds. Don't try not to take too much damage. JDM's going for a leg. JDM going for a submission was not on my cards. Was not on the bingo card. Did JDM land an illegal upkick? Was that an illegal upkick? Hold on here. I want to listen to this. Okay. Let's take a look at this up kick. DC's going to go through the... That was a nice takedown. Herb Dean's just kind of like, hey, man, don't do that. JDM's like, yeah, my bad. He's just so going to do it again. He's going to pull guard just to upkick Islam illegally. Could you imagine? All right, round number 2. So 1-0 for Islam, obviously. I don't even think I have to say that. Nice leg kick to start there from Islam. He's doing a good job of chopping up the legs as well. Islam goes for a right hand, but it looked like it just missed the mark. Oh. Ooh. Islam caught JDM's kick there momentarily, but JDM's able to get out. This is starting out very similar to the Dustin Poirier and Alexander Volkanovski first fight. Islam goes for a head kick there, just missed the mark. Islam gets in close on the clinch, gets JDM up against the cage. 1 minute gone here in round 2. This is going to be big. We're going to see if that first takedown was just a matter of circumstance, or if JDM's takedown defense really just is not going to hold up. If we're going to see another wet blanket fight. Islam tries to take JDM down here momentarily, and he gets it. Yeah, I guess he gets it. It's just kind of, this is a bit of an awkward position here. They're up against the cage here. JDM could go for an arm here if he wanted to. I don't think he will, but I think he could. And Islam's on top. In a very awkward position here. This is, I guess it's side control. Right into half guard. 3 minutes here to go in the second round. Yep, alright guys, we're going to get ourselves another wet blanket fight. That's what we're going to have going on here. Just under 3 to go here in the second round. Islam working on a half guard here. It's just kind of like, I don't know. Like, I guess we always knew that this is a possibility. It's just, it's not what we wanted to see. Islam Blankachev. That's back of the head from Islam there. Islam trying to land ground and pound here a little bit, but see, I thought that JD would be able to scramble to the feet more because he was able to do it against Gilbert Burns. But it's a bit different, I guess. I guess Islam's got better top control than Gilbert. JDM's trying to scramble. A minute and a half to go here in this round. He's almost back up. He's trying to build a base, but Islam's just suffocating on top. It's just hard to get out from underneath him. One minute here to go in the second round. Islam fighting like a wet blanket. No way Islam's making Bilal look like Justin Gaethje. Yeah, because at least Bilal made an entertaining fight. But he lost, so I guess you have to, like... Islam's just trying to win. JDM looks like he's gonna cry. .30 seconds here to go in the second round. I mean, yeah, it's a. I guess there we go. Now we're getting some ground and pound going from Islam. There we go. JDM might be able to get back up to his feet. There it is, with 10 seconds to go in the round. Islam's just going to hold him up against the cage here. JDM does stuff that takedown. So it's a little bit promising going into round 3, but it's just boring, man. Like, I'm not trying to be like disrespectful or anything, but it's just boring. I want to hear the corner advice here. Not gonna lie, I'd be crying too. My first title defense is going like this. Yeah, I would be too. Islam might be starting to get a bit tired. First 2 rounds, Islam, yeah, for sure. What's going on, Frost? How's it going? I don't know. Maybe I'm just reading too much into body language. It looked like Islam was getting a little bit tired. We just kind of get through these last 15 minutes. We could just fall asleep and wake up. We won't have missed anything major. Yeah. I want to see JDM go to the body a little bit. Winning rounds by just hugging, yeah. I mean, I don't like to take away from fighters too much, but yeah, it's boring. Oh, man. We're mid into round 3 here. Not a lot happened here so far. JDM's become very much defensive because he knows that he's having a hard time getting back up. Alright, I don't know why I'm still wearing these. Take them off. I don't want to listen to biased commentary, right? Because you got DC commentating for his boy Islam. JDM's going forward right now, but he's not really landing anything. I do like the idea of getting Islam to be going backwards, though. Put the pressure on him. Make him work. But Islam landed a nice left hand there. In the clinch, JDM firing off body shots and headshots from the clinch. That's what he's got to be doing more of. Get more offensive. Right? Islam doesn't like that brawl. He doesn't like it. Keep going to the body. You're going to tire him out. And Islam's just got to keep doing what he's doing, right? That was a nice leg kick there from Islam. Islam shoots a double leg and he gets it. That was a beautifully timed takedown. Now we're back to Blankachev. When it's on the feet, it's Makachev. When it's on the ground, it's Blankachev. Like I said, I'm not trying to be too hard on the guy. It's just not entertaining to watch. Almost halfway through this round. JDM's got to be fighting to get back up here. Right, he's got to go for it, man. But see, this is what people would have said was going to happen before the Bilal Muhammad fight. But because he had such a good performance against Bilal Muhammad, it made people question how Islam was going to do. But Islam's just a different level fighter, man. He just is. JDM looks like he just wants... Like JDM's falling asleep. He's getting so bored himself he's going to sleep. And yeah, JDM's got to get on a hip here. Something. 100%. We've seen Islam have barn burners against like Volk and Poirier. Yeah, those were great fights. Right? Like if this was Khabib on top of JDM, this fight would be a lot less boring. Even if it's on the ground, it would have been a lot less boring because Khabib would be going for it. He'd be smashing JDM. Look. JDM's falling asleep. Wow, those punches are doing a lot of damage there, Islam. Oh. He's looking for a potential Darce here. JDM's trying to lean into him. No, he's okay for right now. Yeah, if you're going to try to get to a hip, you got to get 2-on-1 here. I mean, this fight isn't as boring as a Shevchenko-Weili fight, but it's not far off. Islam's trying to pass here into side control. 35 seconds here to go in the round. JDM's doing a good job of not really taking any damage here. But it's not all bad from JDM. He's proven to be defensively sound on the ground with one of the best grapplers in the sport. It's just a matter of he's just not showing the ability to get back up to the feet. 15 seconds here to go. So it's 30-27 Islam, right? 10 seconds left. JDM's going to get back up. He's going to shoot a takedown of his own. He's going to take Islam down. Nope. Islam rolls. Islam rolled it and wound up on top. And that's the end of the round. Oh my gosh. I swear, if Islam stays at welterweight, this is how every title defense is going to be. This is going to be painful. That's what I'm thinking. Right, imagine he fights Kamaru Usman, right? Do you think he'd be able to take down Kamaru Usman like this? I don't know. I knew it was too good to be true. 4 KOs before the main events. It was bound to happen. Yeah. That's exactly it. It was bound to happen. As well as Malcolm Wellmaker's fight against Ethan Uwig was a great fight as well. Gregory Rodriguez, Roman Kopylov was a pretty decent fight. Bo Nickel, oh yeah, that was a knockout as well, I guess. 4 knockouts in a row, I guess? So yeah, I guess it was too good to be true. Going to round 4, I mean, JDM's got to go for broke. That's all there is to this. JDM's got to go for broke. Let's see what JDM does in round 4. 10 more minutes of this, guys. Oh my gosh. But JDM's just going to have to bite down on the mouthpiece. Because the thing is, he hasn't taken much damage up to this point. Now imagine we get that round 5 knockout. Like one of the other viewers had previously predicted. Nice body kick there from Islam. JDM, you gotta be careful throwing kicks. That's all I'm gonna say. Especially body kicks. We saw that in the last fight with Valentina Shevchenko. Nice body kick there from Islam. I just want to see JDM throw more, man. He's being so defensive in there because he's afraid of the takedown. 1 minute gone by round 4. You hate on Islam too much? I don't think I hate on any particular fighter. I think a lot of people are just biased towards him. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve some glaze, but sometimes I think he just gets overglazed. That's all. Hey man, who's winning so far? Oh yeah, JDM's won the first 3 rounds by taking down Islam and controlling him. I'm kidding. Islam's up 3-0 and he shoots another takedown and he gets it. JDM's gonna fall asleep on the ground here. Sheer boredom. But I mean, I understand that Islam's gotta fight this way to win or whatever, like, I'm not hating on him for it, I just don't expect to gain a lot of fans this way. JDM's trying to get back up, it's just hard. Wasn't bro yapping about striker JDM to see who's the better striker? Well, they haven't really been striking all that much. I said, what if he can't take JDM down? I didn't think he was going to be taking JDM down this easily, to be fair. Hey, man, hey, bro, I'm a big fan. What's next for Leon Edwards? I appreciate the kind words. What's next for Leon Edwards? Probably, maybe Joaquin Buckley, or, I don't know, Gabriel Bonfim, maybe. Another Dricus versus Shemaev. This isn't as bad as Dricus versus Shemaev. This isn't that bad. Just under 2 minutes to go here in the 4th round. Islam elbowing the thigh, being super entertaining, of course. One minute to go here in the 4th round. Islam maintaining half guard here. The thing is, JDM's got to go for it. Like, because the thing is, even if he tries to get up and gets caught in a submission or something, the thing is, like, he's going to lose regardless. He's got to at least try to go for it, you know what I mean? Do you see Usman in title contention before he retires? No. Because the thing is, he would have to probably beat another fighter to get a title shot. If he just gets a title shot against Islam, then sure. But if he has to fight one more time to get a title shot, then I doubt it. JDM via knee in the last second. Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't thrown any knees. This is just a weird performance from JDM. I understand that it's because he's fighting Islam, but he hasn't thrown any knees. I thought JDM was a better boxer, but he can't do anything in front of Islam. It has nothing to do with JDM's boxing ability. It's because of the takedown threat. This is what happens to a lot of fighters in front of Islam. They become very, like, gun-shy because of the takedown threat. What are they saying here in the corner? Let's listen. Put damage on him. Yeah. But yeah, this is what happens when Islam fights guys. He just gets them all frozen because they know that he's going to try to take them down. But the thing is, here's something that you have to consider, right? If you're JDM, he hasn't really. JDM hasn't been able to stop the takedown regardless. So it's like if you know you're not going to be able to stop the takedown, you might as well try to throw something out there whilst you are on the feet. You know what I mean? 5th and final round, here we go. JDM's got to go for it. He threw that right hand with intention. Islam shoots a takedown, and he gets it. All right, well, GG's, guys. We got a new welterweight champion. Congratulations to Islam Makhachev. You know, potential #1 pound-for-pound fighter. Islam's ragdolling Ilya. Yeah. Or ragdolling Ilya. Maybe, but the difference is that Ilya is a better grappler and wrestler than JDM is. Islam's going for Kimura here. Alright, JDM's trying. He's trying to get up. He's got to go for it, though. It looked like he was going to bite him. It looked like he was going to bite Islam. He's like, but it's a different... Ilya's a different style compared to JDM. JDM's not as technical as Ilya, right? No one's ever thought that JDM's as good of a fighter as Volk or Ilya, right? But the difference being is that JDM has the size. Okay, he's hitting JDM in the back of the head, ref. But this, at least this isn't as bad as Shevchenko Whaley. That was brutal. That was brutal. Three minutes here to go in the 5th round. Islam working for half guard here. If Ilya manages to stop one takedown from Islam, he's knocking the F out of him. He could. But I don't see Islam going back down to 55. I may be delusional, but what if I think Paddy Pimblett will be champ one day? What do you think? I don't see him becoming champ. I don't think he beats Ilya. You think Ilya will go up if Islam wins? No. Oh? JDM's going for a Hail Mary Kimura! Nah, it was never going to work. Oh, man. Just under 2.5 to go here in the 5th round. But no, I don't think Ilya would go up. I just don't think it... I think he's way too small to go up to welterweight. He's not even a big lightweight. If Islam beats Ilya and have at least another 3 title defenses, he will be the GOAT. Okay, then sure. Right. I know people think I'm an Islam hater, but when you talk about achievements, even with this JDM win, it might put him in the top 5. But Islam's resume really lacks depth, and a lot of it, like, there's nuance to it that I think people kind of tend to overlook. Like, a lot of his opponents are short notice replacements and stuff. And it's not Islam's fault, but it's also something that you can't take away, or it's not something you can reward him with either. You can't take it away from him, but you can't reward him for it. No. Islam going for the Darce. Doesn't get it. North-south. Chimaev versus Khabib, pound for pound, who'd win? I'd go with Khabib, just because I don't trust Chimaev's cardio. JDM's trying to go for something here, but he's definitely not going to get anything on Islam here. 35 seconds to go here in round 5, and new welterweight champion, Islam Blankachev. It was Makhachev, but now that they're on the ground, it's Blankachev. Whoa. Anyway. Whoa, 50-45, boring decision fighter. And now Islam's going to want to fight Kamaru Usman. What's going on? Stop motion. UFC BJJ has been so dope right now. I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. I don't want to, like, be disrespectful to these fighters, but, like, come on, man. Like, you want, like, is that really what you guys want to be watching? So what would you guys rate that grappling match on a scale of 1 to 10? As a grappling match, I'd say it's pretty good. I don't even think I need to watch this. Okay, well, yeah, 50-45, yeah. It just wasn't fun to watch. I did not watch. How boring was it? It wasn't Hamzat DDP bad. I would say it was, like, a little bit better. Like, Hamzat DDP was, like, a 2 out of 10. This is, like, a 4, maybe. And that's me being kind of generous, quite frankly. But that's pretty much all I gotta say. I'm wrapping up the stream here, guys. I gotta go make these friggin' videos. Thank you guys all so much for coming out, but I'm sorry, there's just not a lot for me to talk about, but I'll be uploading shortly, alright? So, peace.